Welcome to Nevertheless, a show dedicated to organic leaders and leaderpreneurs. Today, you will discover how to discern your essence and live powerful.
Hello, my name is Bidemi Mark-Mordi. Welcome to Nevertheless, the show for organic leaders and leaderpreneurs. How have you been? It's been a hot, sweltering day in Lagos, Nigeria. I don't know what is happening in this country. I think that the rains should have come by now, but that's not quite the case. So it's hot, as in like it's really hot. Well, for my friends in Europe and the other places in the world where they have spring, how are you finding spring? I do hope all is well with you. It is well with us here. Things could be better, but I mean, is that not life? So we're holding on with everything that we've got. Last week, I told you that no matter what happened, you still need to rise. And I didn't give it to you as a suggestion. The point was that you must rise from where you have fallen. You must rise from where you are broken down. Whatever it takes, please make sure you don't remain down. Get up. Today, we have so much to talk about. I'll be exploring how your passion can be lived purposefully. And that's because we have had questions from people who are asking, how do I even know what is my passion? Because I have the capacity and the ability to do so many things. I've actually heard someone say that he doesn't have a passion. And I'm like, that is impossible. All of us are passionate about something. So in living the life of your dreams, in becoming that organic leader, the person who is living from the inside out that you want to be, the question is, how do you deploy your passion? Or what is it about your passion that you need to know so that you can transact properly? When I come back, I have some fantastic news for you, and then we'll go right into today's show. I'll be right back.
In a world filled with many fears and discouragement, life often becomes a burden. For those who know the way, life's just simple. Don't worry, you're not alone on this life's journey, as Bidemi shares powerful insights and principles from her everyday work and life experiences in her book, Nevertheless. Nevertheless is a book designed to encourage and equip you to face life with courage, hope, and determination. Get a copy of Nevertheless from a bookstore near you or call 234-813-360-2883 or send an email to bidemi@bidemimarkmordi.com to place your order now. I guarantee you will make it nevertheless.
Welcome back. It's still the Nevertheless show, and my name is Bidemi Mark-Mordi. I said today we're going to be discussing passions, but before we talk about passion, I want to talk to you about something that is coming your way from us here very soon. It's been a dream that I've had for years to start something called the Purpose University, and it is time for us to get into that ride. I know it's not going to be smooth sailing, not because I don't know what it is that we should be doing, but because there's so much that I'm doing right now that it looks like I don't have time for that. But because people come to me every single week, I come across at least 3 people who say to me, how do I know what my purpose is? How do I discover my purpose? For that reason, we're starting Purpose University. Purpose University will be an online university where you can come and learn on different aspects of purpose. The teaching would already be there. We'll release them periodically, and if you join our community for a fee, you can come there anytime you want and get full access to all the resources that we're going to be putting online. In running Purpose University, you'll be hearing the principles in discovering your purpose, and you'll be privy to interviews with other people who are living purposeful lives so that you can learn from their experiences as well. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be a great learning experience for you. One of the things that I do know for sure is that I over-deliver. So you can be sure that when you join Purpose University, you would very soon become a professor of purpose, even if I say so myself. So if you are interested in becoming, and I think that most of us who listen to this show actually listen to this show because we're trying to find our way and live lives, powerful lives and purposeful lives, then please drop me a message on my Facebook page so that we can begin to put into consideration your needs and your requirements. We'll send you questionnaires, you'll answer them, and then based on that, we'll begin to put our resources together. We hope to release in the first week of May. So please join the class, and every class, because it's an online community, there is no limit to how many members we can have, and it's going to be for a sum every month. I'd really like to see you become the person that God has called you to be. So that's why we're bringing Purpose University your way. I'm very excited about it, and I do hope you are too. If you know someone who might need that resource, this is the time to begin to tell that person to begin to tune into the Nevertheless show, listen to the things that we're doing so that they can make up their mind to join the community. That's the first big thing that is coming out of the Verbatim stable this year, and like I said, that will begin to release from the month of May. Another big news we have is that we are launching our radio station. We're going to start our digital radio platform, and it's called Dukia Radio. Dukia means inheritance. Remember that when you live purposeful lives, you become powerful. It means that you're living the inheritance of the kingdom here on earth. So we'll be bringing you more on Dukia Radio as time goes on, but even that is going to release, God willing, in May. So please pass the word around. When the app is out and you can download the mobile apps, we'll let you know so that you can listen to 24 hours of powerful material that would build your life and give full expression to the life that God has put within you. Now that all the housekeeping issues are out of the way, when I come back, we'll begin to talk about the things to look out for, or how you know that something is your passion. Please don't go away. I'll be right back.
Are you frustrated and tired of life? Do you feel trapped in life's maze and don't seem to find your way? Or are you passionate about your purpose and destiny and want to find out more? Then get a copy of DNA. DNA, Destiny Navigational Application, is a book written by Bidemi Mark-Mordi, where she coaches you to distill the answer to the cry of purpose, mandate, and significance. She teaches you how to discern your essence, discover your God-given mandate, deploy power, and demonstrate dominion. Get a copy of Destiny Navigational Application from any bookstore near you, or call 234-813-360-2883, or send an email to bidemi@bidemimarkmodi.com to place your order now.
Welcome back. It's still the Nevertheless show, and today we're looking at passion. And the first question we need to answer is, what is passion? I can tell you so many things that passion might be. The things you're excited about, the things you love to do, the things that consume you. All of that can be one definition after the other for passion. But I want to define passion today as God's essence inside of you to bring heaven upon the earth. I'll say that again. God's essence within you to bring heaven to the earth. When we read the Lord's Prayer, or when we recite the Lord's Prayer, that's the prayer that Jesus taught his disciples to pray. He says, at some point, he says, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Passion is one of the key tools or resources that God has given to us to be able to bring to the earth that thing that heaven has shown us. So there is no man who is able to live a purposeful life who isn't fueled by passion. Passion is the energy for your dream. So now that we know what passion is, a question I'd like to ask is, how strong is your desire? Because what I want to try and do on this show is give you what I call the litmus tests for recognizing your passion. The litmus test for recognizing your passion. And I would say them in, maybe I'm trying to use reverse psychology on you, but I'm not going to be telling you, you know this is your passion when. I'll begin by, my first point will be, if it is your passion, you will be willing to start small. Because every day I see people who want to do big things. But when you say to them, start small, they're like, oh no, that's too small. That's not what I have in mind. I had something bigger. I had something grander in mind. And I'm saying, okay, I know you have a very big dream. The one that I will call big, hairy, audacious goal or dream. But here's the thing. You need to be willing to start small. When you are passionate about something, the size of it is not what drives you. So you are always willing to start small. So show me a passionate man today, and I will show you a man who is willing to start small. As a matter of fact, to buttress this, the image I'm going to be using for this show will be the images of Effectual magazine, from how we started and how far we've come, for you to know that every seed has the capacity of an oak tree within it, but no seed begins as an oak tree. So you should be willing to start small if it is something that you are passionate about. Number 2, you won't be too wise not to change your mindset concerning what you are passionate about. I'll take that again. You are never too wise not to feel like you can change your mind about what you're passionate about. What does that mean? It means that the fact that it is something you're passionate about does not mean that the template you have started with is the right template. When you're passionate about something, all that pushes you, at least that's what happens to me, is I want to make sure that I deliver the results that the potential of that thing has. So sometimes it really doesn't faze me much if I have to tweak my plan, if I have to allow someone's idea on how to do it come to the fore. Because I quickly recognize that I am not the smartest person, or I'm not the wisest person that has ever lived. So I'm willing to change my mindset about the way that I think things should be done because I'm passionate about them. The thing that is most important at the back of my mind is that it should not die. And if changing things around is the reason why it will not die, my instinct says this is my passion. I need to stick with it. Number 3, you won't be too arrogant to ask for help when you need it. When something is your passion, arrogance just flies away, because you also know that for everything that you're passionate about, someone else probably has done it before, or someone else has an idea. It may not be their passion, but because they're, in fact, as a matter of fact, because they are dispassionate about that thing, they tend to see better ways of getting it done. When something is your passion, you are never too arrogant not to ask for help from other people to move it along. You know that because it is your passion and you don't want it to die, you need the help of others, and you are always humble to be able to ask for that help. Part of the litmus test I want to put out there for you is that you will not be too tired that you give up on something you are passionate about. I run a ministry for women, and I have run it for the last 16 years. But I can confess here and not be ashamed that I've had breaks in those 16 years. There were times that I felt like, oh, this is too much. I couldn't do it anymore. And I stopped. But what I know is after a while, I tend to come back to it because it is something that I'm passionate about. My passion for these women is not any other thing than that I want women to live their best lives. I want to come across women and be sure that they are living the best version of their lives. That's the reason why I keep coming back to that women ministry. But with time, even with stopping and going back and forth, I have now matured. And so this time around, I am running with putting a structure to it so that I don't have to burn out and stop on my own. So when you are passionate about something, or when something is your passion, you never get tired enough to give up on it. The 5th part of the test is you will not be too bored with it that you don't talk about it. Your passion is something you are excited about morning, afternoon, evening. You just need to hear someone mention it and you can go for hours talking about it just because it is your passion. So when someone says I'm passionate about something, and then I have conversations around it and I'm trying to have those conversations with them, and they say to me, oh no, I'm bored, I'm tired, I look at them and say, I'm sure this is not something you're passionate about. Because I know that the things that I am passionate about, in my most tired state, if you bring them to me, some energy just surges from I don't know where. So when you are passionate about something, when something is your passion, you can never be too bored that you don't want to talk about it. 6th litmus test, you will rather die than give up on what you are passionate about. I've said it before in other shows and I'll say it here again. I've had staff who worked with me on dreams that I've had to actually tell with a very stern face that I would rather die than allow them mess up what it is that I'm doing. Why? Because your passion is usually not something you do periodically. Your passion is your life. At least it's supposed to be your life. So if you don't think that you can die for something, then maybe it's not something that you're passionate about. Because it is in the place where you are tenacious and you're willing to die for this thing that innovation begins to come. The 7th part of the litmus test is your passion is always intriguing enough for you to keep learning and growing in it. It's always intriguing enough. You never feel like I have arrived when it comes to passion, because every day life is dynamic. New things are happening. And when something is your passion, you are always on the lookout for the new things that are happening in the horizon for it. Number 8, it is never too ordinary not to excite you. I've been in places where I begin to talk about the things that I do, and I can actually see some people trying to fall asleep. But their lethargy never catches with me, because that is my life. It's never too ordinary. For most people, it can be ordinary, but for me, it is never ordinary. I have come across people who produce water, and when they begin to talk about water, I begin to think there are over 5,000 brands of water that abound. What's special about your water? But do you know that when they begin to talk about these things that they are passionate about, it looks to them, or they sound like they are the only ones that are doing it. Why? Because it's their passion. And once it's your passion in your mind, your version of it is the best one that can happen. So it's never too ordinary to you. Number 9, you are never too smart not to have questions concerning the things you are passionate about. You are never too smart not to have questions concerning the things that you are passionate about. Just as you are never too smart that you don't have the determination to make sure you find an answer to these questions. I'm just saying that when something is your passion, you always have questions. And your questions are always around, how do I improve it? How do I make it better? Who else is doing it? How did I do it last week? What can I do this week to enhance it? That's the way it works when it's something you are passionate about. When you are passionate about, this one is really easy. It works for you. Other people may say it does not work. Other people may say that your template will not work. They may say that no one has done it this way before. But it works for you, and the reason why your passion works for you is that your passion flows out of your DNA. It is not something that you do sporadically. It is not something you have to plan specially to do. It flows from inside of you. So it works for you. Our 11th point is that if something is your passion, money is never the motivation for why you do it. Yes, money comes with it ultimately, but fulfillment is usually the motivation. Fulfillment is always the motivation. Every passion begins as a drive for fulfillment. It is after running for a while that you now begin to see people begin to monetize, because yes, you're working and you ought to earn from the work that you're doing, but it is not the money that drives those people. So tell me you are passionate about something, and I want to ask what your motivation is. And if you say to me it's money, well, we know the answer for that. 12th point of test or litmus test is, with passion, the world is your oyster. I mean that when you are passionate about something, where you are, you don't feel like you have limits. For everything you are passionate about, you are the Superman that has no kryptonite. Because everything that I am passionate about, I am willing to do over and over and over and over and over again. I never get tired of doing those things that I'm passionate about. And with everything that I'm passionate about, as long as I continue to follow all these ones, what usually happens is that it gets bigger and better by the day. You can't be passionate about something and follow it with all the vigor that you have, and it shrinks on you, because your passion makes you dogged enough to always find a way to win with what it is that you are passionate about. When you are passionate about something, you won't be threatened when people want to join in. You don't feel like you have the responsibility to keep it small. You don't feel like you have the responsibility to keep it a particular way. Why? Because it's your passion. And every man who is passionate about something wants to see it grow. So you don't find people coming around you to say, I want to help you grow it, and you become threatened. Because here's the thing, if it is your passion, like I said, it flows from inside of you. So even when other people dabble into it, you know that you got it from the source, which is heaven, and that counts for something.
Are you frustrated and tired of life? Do you feel trapped in life's maze and don't seem to find your way? Or are you passionate about your purpose and destiny and want to find out more? Then get a copy of DNA. DNA, Destiny Navigational Application, is a book written by Bidemi Mark-Mordi, where she coaches you to distill the answer to the cry of purpose, mandate, and significance. She teaches you how to discern your essence, discover your God-given mandate, deploy power, and demonstrate dominion. Get a copy of Destiny Navigational Application from any bookstore near you or call 234-813-360-2883 or send an email to bidemi@bidemimark-mordi.com to place your order now.
So we've been looking at passion and how you can identify or recognize that something that you're doing is your passion. Now, how do you make your passion work for purpose? One, you must have the right perspective. And the best perspective to have when it comes to passion is to recognize that freely you've been given, freely you will give. Let that be your takeoff point, the right perspective, knowing that I want to help people. That's why I'm going on this journey. Does that mean that you will not end by it? No, that's not what I'm saying. After all, I just talked to you about Purpose University and it's going to be paid for. So I'm not shying away from paying or not making people pay. I'm just saying to you that it is not the point that you come from. Your takeoff point should always be, I want to help others. To make your passion work, you must bring all your interests together so that they find a common denominator in your passion. So I write, I teach, I coach, I train. There's so many things I do. But the common denominator in all the things that I do is the use of words. That's why I say that your passion flows out of your DNA. So if you say you are passionate about something, you must find a common denominator for them. I just finished coaching with a young man who says he's confused about what his purpose is. And the moment I started to ask questions, we realized or we arrived together at a point that he's called to do music because he's already resourced and it comes easy for him to do. So while he's been going around looking for what he should do and call his purpose, he's been wasting his talent and his time. So you need to know that you must find a common denominator. And the thing I liked about that young man that I coached is everything that he does, he knows how to do and he's doing revolves around music. How loud do you want God to scream before you know that that is what he has resourced you for? The fourth way to make sure that your passion works for you is to know when you should stop and take a breath. Know the limits that you can push. There are things concerning what I do that I know either that they are time wasters for me or that they take away from the overall big picture. So I don't dabble into them. I don't dabble into them at all. Rather, I delegate them. One of the things that I suffer from most of the time is my perfectionist trait. So because of that, there are things that I should have done long time ago, like Purpose University, that I haven't done because I was waiting for a perfect scenario to be able to do it. That's what I call my Achilles heel. And every passion has an Achilles heel. So what do I do these days? I prep myself and I give myself some measured self-talk and I listen to other people. Then I jump. I jump not because it's necessarily going to be perfect, but because every time I push perfection, I end up doing nothing. So you want to be sure that you know your Achilles heel, where your passion is concerned, so that you stay away from it. Otherwise, you become the Superman that has a lot of kryptonite.
In a world filled with many fears and discouragements, life often becomes a burden. For those who know the way, life's just simple. Don't worry, you're not alone on this life's journey, as Bidemi shares powerful insight and principles from her everyday work and life experiences in her book, Nevertheless. Nevertheless is a book designed to encourage and equip you to face life with courage, hope, and determination. Get a copy of Nevertheless from a bookstore near you or call 234-813-360-2883 or send an email to bidemi@bidemimark-mordi.com to place your order now. I guarantee you will make it nevertheless.
Today we're talking about how to recognize that something is your passion and make it work for you. You now know what your passion is. So you need to bring them all these things, the points that I've talked about from one. Maybe I should just run through them again. Are you willing to start small? Is it something you're willing to change your mindsets on so that it can get better? Are you too arrogant to ask for help when you need it? Can you ever get too tired that you want to give up on it? Are you ever too bored that you don't want to talk about it? Will you rather die than give up on it? Is it intriguing enough for you to continue to keep learning and growing in it? Has it ever appeared to you as ordinary? Are you too smart that you don't have questions about the thing that is your passion anymore? Is your curiosity working for you? Does it even work for your personality? Is money your motivation? Can you see the potential for growth? Is the world your oyster? From all that you love to do, the first step therefore is to wait and ask yourself, which one of them can I apply all of this tests to? Because another thing that a lot of people say to me is that I do a lot of things and I'm good at them. That's why I don't know which one my passion is. I'm saying that if you can apply these 13 questions to any one of them and you pass, then maybe that is where you should start from, because that might just be your real passion. Till next week when I'll come your way again, don't forget to look out for both Dukia Radio, the radio station that gives life full expression, and for our Purpose University, all debuting in May. I'd love to hear your thoughts on passion and how you are going. Till next week when I come your way, please keep us in your prayers, because these new ventures are things that we must do and we must do well. Don't forget that when you discover purpose, you live a powerful life. God bless you.
Thank you for listening to Nevertheless. For more information and resources, call 0813-360-2883 or send an email to bidemi@bidemimark-mordi.com. Don't forget that when you discover your purpose, you will live powerful.